Today we're talking about transformations, changing yourself and putting yourself in a different place. Maybe you'll become a Cyclops alien. Maybe that will be on Mars. Or maybe you'll be a purple wizard.
So the first step of this process will be to get our photo, open GIMP, which is what we're in now. I'm going to just take my photo and drop it in here. Now you can do a lot of different things, crop and change colors, transform, etc. But what I'm going to do now is just work on the color. There are different color tools here. I'm going to go to hue and saturation because I want kind of an exaggerated color for this. I'm going to crank up the saturation. And then I'm going to crank down the hue because I want kind of a bluish color. Maybe purple. Let's go with purple. Now you can select specific colors and adjust them. You can also make it lighter or darker. There are a lot of different ways you can manipulate color here. Nice and purple. You can also use the up and down arrows here. Getting a little more blue. So once I have the color the way I want, I'm going to say OK. And then to export this as a JPEG, you go to Export As, and this is going to my desktop. You can put it wherever you want. And it's got a JPEG here. You can use different suffixes if you want a different type of file, but I'm going to export this as a JPEG. I need to change the name because I don't want to lose my original photo. So I'll just say Purple Me JPEG to the desktop. It's going to ask me about the quality. I'm using it at 90. And that's fine. That'll make it a pretty big file and export. It should show up. And there it is on the desktop. So that's the beginning of this process using GIMP. So for this project here, I'm not sure exactly where I'm going, but I'll show you some things that I did to get here. Starting with the photo, we're going to magic select this and crop out the background. Sometimes takes a little fooling with because it doesn't believe that that part of my head actually exists. So try to draw this in, restore that part of my head. I might have gotten a little too much. I have to remove some of these bumps here. back and forth. So you get a nice cropping of just what you want. So I think we're done there. Now you have the image here, and then you have this leftover background. I'm going to delete that. And I wanted to change my eyes. I thought it would be nice to have blue eyes. So I went online and found a photo of blue eyes and cropped out everything around the eye. We'll get to this mustache later. So the blue eye needs to come forward. So it'll be in front of me. And I'm gonna, since it's got, I left some of the skin around it to show, make it merge in. I need to do some coloring with my spray can here. And to get the right color, I wanted to blend in with my skin around here. So I'm going to use that eyedropper and turn up the opacity and thickness a little bit. Color in around the eye there. Once I get that looking the way I want, I will copy this and paste it so I'll have two eyes. Will be my left eye. Put in there where I want. I'm going to squish it down a little bit, make it a little more like the shape of my eyes. Tilt it some. And this one I'm going to flip this way. Shrink it down. So I get them to match. I don't want them grouped right now. Okay, so there I am with nice intense blue eyes. The next thing I thought, well, what if I had some blonde hair just for fun? So I went to the menu. I'm going to insert the picture here that I found online of a blonde wig. Move it over here in Magic Select because we're going to crop out everything but the hair, which might take a little fooling with. So I've got to remove the actual person here, or mannequin. Sometimes this works right away and sometimes it takes. So that time we lost half of the wig, so I've got to go back in and say that I want to keep that. And then continue working to remove the parts I don't want. So I could go in and be a little more careful with this, just for the sake of time. I'm going to save that. It is done. There we go. Okay, once again, remove this part. Shrink myself down here. Bring the eyes back down. this one down. And once you get things exactly like you want them, you can multi-select them and they'll all group together. But I'm still just kind of having fun with the process, figuring out what I'm doing. I'm going to bring this hair in front here. And it needs to be bigger. So I've got the beginnings of something here. I think I'm going to add more feathers, make myself some kind of magical, maybe a priestess, warrior type of character. I don't know. Maybe I could add something more happy, like butterfly wings. I can always go in then with the brushes and add some colors to my face. I need something yellow on here. I don't know what. Maybe a big yellow circle. Or not. So this is the beginning of some sort of project. And eventually I would add a background and more colors and more hand-drawn shapes. But I hope that gives you a good idea of where we're going with this, and use your imagination and creativity. So now I've got two of these people. And there's no telling what this will wind up being. But for now, I'm going to leave the rest up to your imagination. So when I went from this photo to create this creature here, there are several different things going on. One is that this is a group of different photographic elements. It's my original photo. The top here is actually a part of an owl's head, an owl that I got online, and cropped part of it out and just stuck it on here. The ears are hand-drawn shapes that I put some detail on with a pencil and the spray can to make it look more natural and fit in with everything else. The eyes came from a photograph of a cat, so I cropped out the eye and copied and pasted and flipped it, so I have two eyes there. And then on the body here, this was all hand painted with first the stripes with a spray can, and then I used the pencil to try to make it look like some kind of fur, make myself into this weird owl, bird, warrior creature. And then the backgrounds were added later, different backgrounds. This one is one that I cropped out the sky with. I'll pull it forward. So I originally had a sky there, but I wanted to add a different sky, the stormy sky. So I also added this one in the front, this rocky landscape. Pull it forward. There it is. Stretched it out, put myself in front of it, and then I added the starry sky also. So these are different layers that can be combined in different ways to create the background. Again, it's a combination of photographic elements and hand-drawn elements. The lines on my face are all hand-drawn using different marker tools.
So go now and transform yourselves. Remember to use at least 5 photographic elements to alter the photos by cropping, selecting, changing color, making multiples, etc. And also use at least 3 hand-drawn elements. And have fun.